Hey guys, welcome to the channel. You got Adam here with ND72, and today we're back with my 2003 E55. So what we're going to be doing today is kind of like, not a really performance mod, but it is. It's a little bit of a safety precaution, and they say you get a little bit more boost out of it just from doing this mod. So currently what I have in the car is I got stacked pulleys, I got 77mm fixed up top, and a 168 crank. So I don't got like the most boost that a lot of people do. I see roughly 15 PSI. But what I do not have is a belt wrap kit. So that's what we got right here. A nice brand new fancy belt wrap kit from Ultimate Performance. So we're going to see if this adds a little bit more boost, because what they say is in the higher RPMs you start doing a little bit of belt slipping. So this should basically put more tension on the belt to always have it like engaged and really good. That way we don't have so much belt slip and inaccurate results. This should be a performance mod that helps that out. And this stuff is relatively cheap. This kit, I got it from them, but off their eBay. I think I got it for right around 250 bucks. It comes with necessary hardware, spacers, a belt, a series of directions, which is really helpful because a lot of performance stuff doesn't come with direction anymore. And then it comes with their bracket and their pulley. Now, I was looking at a couple other companies. I'm not really going to name their names, but one thing why I really wanted to go with this is because the brackets just look so sturdy and so strong. And I've got their pulleys and stuff from them before, and I do like their products. So they gave me no discount, no nothing on this. So if I find anything that I don't like or do like, I'll try to tell you guys. But I'm going to show you how to install it and do a little bit more tricks that I think will help to install. So one thing I do like about these products from Ultimate Performance is they give you a pretty good rundown of how to actually install it. It gives you torque specs. It gives you everything. It says generically what tools you need, but the only thing I don't like, it says assorted metric Allens. I would rather it tell you which ones you have, but I kind of get why. It says blue Loctite using all thread bolts, which you don't get any of that. Just order it from like Amazon and all that stuff. And all their hardware is pretty good quality and everything like that. I could have paid a little bit more and got a green belt, but I want to see if this works. So no matter what, like if right now my setup is doing good, this is going to make it so much better. And then maybe eventually I'll upgrade to a green belt, because now I know exactly what belt size I need for this whole setup. All right, this first part's pretty simple. Take the supercharger belt off. So you're just going to take a 17, put on your tensioner, pull it up, and then remove the belt. Definitely need two hands though. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this top piece because I want to pull my fan out. Just because I want to have more room, because you could do this job apparently without removing it. But I just like to have this extra, like literally 1.5 inches, 2 inches to get room in there. So I'm going to pull it out. Should be pretty simple. On mine, it's 10 mils. On my CLS, these are inverted torques. So you just take this top piece off, and then we'll start doing the fan. Now that you got that cover off, slide it to the way. I take a little flathead screwdriver and you pop these clips off for the fan. It's pretty straightforward. Just don't drop them. You got one there. Put mine. I'm gonna put it on the table behind me, but one thing at a time. And then one there. And then undo the plug. You can swing that right out of the way. And then over here I got the snorkel for my ear. Just pop that out of the way. Throw all that on the table, because I really don't want to drop these because I don't have extra. And then to wiggle the fan out, you could just wiggle it out, but what I usually do is, let me get that away. Usually I'll pop this radiator hose off right here. So I'll pop this clip off, remove the radiator hose, and then I have so much more room. So now you get the fan out of the way, you can start removing the belts, and you can see how much all this extra room you got to start knocking this stuff out. And that's going to make it so much easier. So you're going to also have to take the belt off over on this one, because we're going to have to remove this double idler and get in over there. Alright, next part, you can do two things. You either can remove this pulley or just put it under tension, because what you're trying to do is access that bolt thread right in the center, right here, because that's a threaded bolt. And then right over here is the bottom part of your thermostat. You're going to need to take this out. This is an E10, so just go and remove that one out of the way. So you get your E10 out of the way, because you're going to be accessing this. Make sure the holes are clean, and then you'll be accessing this is where you mount it. And then the next thing is you're going to have to take your double idler off. That is this pulley right here. Just make sure you see how they separate. Just keep it all together. And then you're going to start building up the kit. Alright, so next up you're going to start doing the bracket. So put the bolt in over here. Just gingerly put it in. And then as you can see, so that's how I set it up. And I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. So as you're putting it in, one recommendation. So this bracket will sink in. So kind of go tight that one, tight that one, tight that one. What I do not like what they do, these are two different Allens. So the Allens you need are somewhere on my table. You need a 5 mil and a 6 mil. So I'm going to torque it all down at the end. They give you torque specs, but I just want to make sure like try to make sure it lines up pretty good with like the left side of the pulley. See, mine looks like it's drooping a little bit over, but it's pretty close. So now I'm going to put the belts all back on and then put the idler pulley up. So I want the belts all set up in there because as you can see with this set up, you can't really sneak them on. Okay, one also thing I don't like about this kit. So when I was looking online, a lot of the other kits have a slit right on the bottom. So you can just break things loose and then swing this arm up. From my understanding, you can't with this kit. So you have to have all the belts like sitting inside this hole and then route them and then put tension. So hopefully I got them in a good spot where I could do it. It looks like I got the actual main one where I just got to get it over the water pump. So we're going to work with this and see if it goes well. All right, we got everything put back in. The belt doesn't look like it's doing anything weird or any weird wobbles. It looks pretty straight on with the bracket, so I'm happy about that. I got the fan unplugged for a little bit just to get the temperature up because I did have to crack some lines. So I'm relieving the system and then we'll go for a nice little test drive. Alright, so like I said, I'm suspicious that I'm getting a little bit of belt loss. So we're going to try to watch my little OBD2 gauge to see if the PSI will drop off at one point. And we'll see what happens. Let's see if I get a good angle here in Mexico. Just spun. All right, we got about a half to 3/4 bag of ice. It's 92 degrees out, so we threw a little bit of ice in there. So it's a little bit like, I don't know, I would say safer-ish, but just so I get a little bit lower air intake temps. And then we'll see what our PSI and everything goes to now with the belt wrap. And see if hopefully it doesn't rip off or throw a belt with my setup. I mean, I'm not too aggressive setup. I'm a 168 with a 77. All right, so we're here in nice sunny Mexico. And let's go test it, do a nice little 20 pull. Not bad. We'll do one with the windows down so we can hear that supercharger whine. And we're recovering not that bad. It's 82 right now, 81 is dropping, and the outside temp is in the 90s. So we'll do one more pull. So we made it back, and it's still not bad for air intake, but let's see if that pulley flew off. Don't mind the grass or the tree that fell on my car. Seems to be good, doesn't look like it walked. It's got plenty of tension still, nothing crazy. So we'll keep you updated, but car's doing so far well. Alright guys, so we've been driving around for about 2 to 3 weeks with the E55. I've been doing a lot of pulls, no belt slipping, no weird noise, no crazy amount of boost going up and down or anything. It's staying really constant. I'm super happy, and as you saw from like the data, originally I was getting like 15 and change PSI. Now I almost gained a pound and a little bit extra boost just from having this belt wrap kit. So that means I must have been slipping a little bit with my standard setup. Granted, everyone was telling me I should have had a wrap kit from like the beginning, and I didn't, but I super recommend it. And the people I got it from was UPD. And then I did upgrade to the green belt. And my setup is a 77mm and a 168. And I'll put a link below to actually say what belt number I got. It was super easy. I picked this belt because I literally could go to O'Reilly's and buy it. And it's like 40 bucks. So if it does fly or anything, it's easy to get. It's convenient. And it's the Gates green belt. So this should last for a while. So I hope you guys like this video. I'll do a couple more. I got a few more parts coming in for the E55, and then I do want to take it back to the track soon. But it is Florida, and it is like 100 degrees out almost, so it's kind of hot out. But I do got some more fun go fast parts, something to drop my air intake temps down, and something to make it go a little bit more out of the hole easier. Basically some bigger tires. So I'll catch you guys later. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and see you later.